Today we're watching, we have already watched the new Demon Slayer arc. What's it called?
SwordsMID Village.
Japanese, please.
Kimetsu no Yaiba, SwordsMID Village.
Kimetsu no Yaiba?
No.
Guys, so going into it, after the God tier entertainment district.
Yeah, that one was really good, yeah.
I adore that one so much.
Yep.
I guess going into it, what did you expect going into this arc?
I expected more growth from Tanjiro, which happened. I expected badass fights, which happened.
Yep.
Asterisk. And then, yeah.
Okay.
And then at the end, I was expecting, obviously, you're always expecting some kind of like big shocking.
Yeah,
thing with a
what's the big slap in the face? Yeah. Okay.
Dude, yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
This cliffhanger, that was...
It was like,
Dude,
Good.
Yeah, no, same. I think my biggest thing is I love trying to keep track of all the upper rank demons.
Oh, dude,
Like,
yeah.
which ones are left and all that.
Are we
And
doing spoilers or no spoilers?
yes, so this is going to be a spoiler review, just getting right into it, guys. So if you haven't seen it, make sure to watch that beforehand. I figure that's just the easier way to do it with shows. It's be hard to do every single episode and not spoil it.
yeah.
But yeah, so jumping into it, I guess before we jump into the spoilers, basic thoughts. We're gonna give a before and after for real rating.
Okay,
So without talking about it, what are you thinking? Basic thoughts.
Basic thoughts. I thought it was good overall. I think the flashbacks held it back a little bit. I watched it weekly though, so I didn't binge watch it. Maybe that would make a difference. I did think it was a little too much flashbacks for my taste. Like Mitsuri, I don't really care.
I kind of forgot what her flashback was.
Well, her hair was pink. Which
Yes, and she changed it to black.
Yeah.
Her backstory kind of confused me at one point because
Okay.
they did not explain how she went from wanting to marry that one guy
Yeah.
to being a demon slayer. They just-
Right.
they didn't
It kind of
anything.
skips. It
Like,
kind of
I
skips.
Even asked
Yeah.
Beth, I was like,
Are you good?
No, sorry. Keep going. I'm just checking to see that I can hear him on the audio. Yeah.
So like, shit. What was I talking about?
The one backstory doesn't make sense how she became a demon slayer.
Oh yeah. So
Shiro.
I
Well,
even asked Beth. I'm like, yo, did I fall asleep at some point? Like, did
Yeah.
I miss that entirely? Like, they didn't show it.
Yeah, it's kind of just that, look, okay, she wasn't accepted for who she was, so she wanted to become super tough and then find a really tough husband.
Yeah, and she also liked to lift rocks as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird. That was a no-go. That was a no-go. So, okay, so let's just jump into the story. Let's get into this puppy. So we start off, my boys.
If we're doing a summary, that's the spoiler section.
The
If
so
we go, like, step by
this is
step,
all
right.
spoilers from now.
All right, so
Yep.
for the non-spoiler people, should we do a for real rating?
Oh, sorry, I skipped that part.
That's
Yes.
good,
So,
that's good.
what is your for real rating?
I would give it, whatever I gave Entertainment District, I wish I remembered.
Yeah.
I give this one like a solid 4 out of 5.
Oh, you're saying it's the same as Entertainment
No,
District?
I'm saying Entertainment's better.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
5 out of
okay.
5. In my head, I think Entertainment's 5 out of 5. This one's 4 out of 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
What about you?
I'd say good 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I also agree. 4 out of 5.
Hell
4 out of 5.
Cool.
I think this one definitely lacks where the last arc picked up heavily. But I have heard before we jump into the story, that apparently people were hyping up the next arc, but apparently it's just a training arc or something, and it's supposed to be really slow or something like that. I don't know though. I have not read the manga. I only read that on Twitter.
Justin right now.
Joe Justin.
He is awake right now.
Oh yeah,
I just read the manga.
Oh yeah, he finished it, right?
He did,
Yeah, that's right. How about this? We'll give him a call at the very end for a final.
He has work at 6, so.
We'll be done before then.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
definitely. Okay, so going into the story, we start off at the end of the Entertainment District. Our boys, they're a little broken. And they're healing. They're doing some healing right now. Sword's broken. Where do we take
I
off from
think
there?
it's like normally in the beginning of every Demon Slayer season, they always start in the like training area almost.
Yeah, healing up from the last
and then I always
whatever
get debated.
happened.
I'm like, is Demon Slayer bad? I always think that in the first episode. I'm a cock. You know?
Right. Am I going through a phase?
Yeah. But then no, it turns out like I feel like this starts picking up with when it gets with that like doll, you know, where it's like kind of his ancestry. He sees his swordsmith talking to a weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, like the mist that Shira's talking to someone. You're like, what the frick?
What is happening?
And then it shows the upper demons in that one area. It pops off there. It's
that
so
was
good,
super cool. Yeah, when it's like the top 5, there's still 5 at this point,
I think so,
right?
Yeah,
the upper 5 are talking. That was a really cool scene.
It was the number 1.
Yeah.
Number
one, let's go.
Was that talking to one of you guys? Weren't you predicting that the 3rd will survive and be killed off last?
Yeah, well, because he's the one at the end of Mugen Train.
Yep.
I'm like 100% certain he's gonna be like, he's gonna be the last like final boss. Like I'm saying above. Sorry, is it Muzan? Muzan.
Wait, you think he was gonna like overpower the number 2, number 1, and Muzan?
Yep, I'm going crazy with my theory, bro. He like something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be like, I'm taking your power now. And then it's going to be like, oh, what the frick?
Dude. Okay, but what about the fact that the number 1 ranked demon is a former sun breathing?
Right.
Oh, fire breathing.
True.
Wait, I missed that. He is?
Yeah, he's the one that Muzan was like always gets like PTSD from.
Yep.
And he's a demon now. And he's the number 1 rank.
I didn't even know that.
Bro, did you watch the same anime, bro?
What?
I mean, you kind of have to infer it because he has like the same earrings. He's got the same hair.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, he got those like little window-looking earrings.
Yo, that's
interesting.
Wow, dude, the character designs. Goated, bro.
Top
I also
tier.
like how the number 2 is like such a shite bean too.
Dude, yeah. So good. But for this one, we have it's 5 and 4, right? For this one, yep. We got the vase guy and we got the crying little bitch, dude. So so basically, we have a very secretive village called the Swordsmith Village. Tanjiro is led there to talk to the guy, I forget his name, to basically repair his sword because he hasn't heard from the guy in a while. Fast forward a little bit.
Training happens.
Yeah, some training happens. We have the ancient doll. I thought was super cool. I loved the whole when they finally like decapitate him. It's like a rusty sword. They're like, oh well, yeah, duh, it's rusty. Like, oh yeah, okay.
Introduces characters like what's his name, Gendo, or the one angry demon guy. What's his name again?
Genya. Yep. Yeah, the guy that's like always really pissed off and all that stuff. So.
Dude, and can we talk about his weapon though?
Dude,
he's packing a gun.
Dude, that's insane,
classic, dude.
Oh man. It's good.
Yeah, a bit of a spoiler, jumping ahead a little bit. I'm glad that guy doesn't die.
Yeah, I thought he was going to die for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I'm glad that they haven't pulled any of those like cheap deaths where it's like, he's dead. I'm especially glad he didn't die in that freaking water bubble. Freaking, he drowned. All right. Then later that exact same... later that exact same night, this is the big night, boys. This is when upper rank 5 and 4 come in. They're coming to play.
Yeah, so we should probably just like let's talk about the jar dude, and then we'll talk about the other one.
Yeah, because he was introduced first.
Oh yeah, yep. So basically, there's a bunch of fish CGI, Mason CGI.
Oh god.
CGI fish.
Yeah, I brought that up to Beth too. I showed her the CGI bear, by the way.
Oh, the bear. From dude. What? Golden Kamui. Yeah.
Yep. So CGI fish, basically the whole village gets overrun by these CGI fish-looking dudes.
Yep.
And okay, so we got to talk about the elephant in the room. So let's just get the CGI out of the way. What did you guys, honest to God, think about the CGI? I forget the company. The company was under a lot of backlash after the initial episodes released with the fish. So what do you think about that?
Oh, dang. The fish did bother me, but the wooden serpent things, that was kind of annoying. Yeah. But also, how do you animate that? everything else looks so beautiful. They've saved time that way, I guess, you know. So
Yeah,
100%.
Make the sacrifice.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
yeah,
No, like I don't think it looks terrible. I think as I was telling you earlier, the biggest issue for me when it comes to animes like this is I love it when it's not noticeable until you like watch it a second time and you're like, oh my gosh, that was CGI. That's incredible. Like in Dragon Ball Superhero, like when you first start watching the movie, you're like, oh, that's a lot of CGI because the whole film's in CGI.
yeah.
But when it gets to the fights, eventually you just forget that it's CGI because it looks so normal. And Demon Slayer, I think, is one of the best animes to use CGI. I think it uses it really well.
This is like camera work. They go sicko mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I noticed in the parts where is it Mitsuri or Mitsuru? Mitsuri. Yeah.
Mitsuri.
When she's fighting, she is like a 3D model as she's doing it. But I didn't really notice it until like afterwards.
Yeah.
So, with the fish, I just feel like it's way too noticeable to where like when I'm watching, as soon as they come up on the screen, I'm like, that's CGI.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm CGI like tolerant, I guess, because I'm like, oh, they're fishes that will get killed in one hit. It's fine. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe
like,
if they put more detail on the one that attacked the mayor's house or something.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
true.
it was literally the same. I thought it was the same until I watched it the second time. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bigger
yeah.
It's a bigger one.
Yeah, it's just,
Oh, I see. But yeah,
Yeah,
so I don't
yep.
think I don't think it affects like the plot overall. It's just it just sticks out like a sore thumb, I think is the best way to put it. So
yeah.
But anyway, going on to the pot guy.
Yeah, so basically the pot demon, his whole thing is he's a failed artist, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep.
Yep. He was a failed artist.
Yep. He does this like thing where he like gets corpses of like swordsmithers, and then when you twist the sword,
puts them in a
scream.
jar.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
Sort of like a
oh
little
my gosh.
try me button at a store, you know, try me for real.
Yeah, and then they scream.
Yeah,
It's-
whoa.
And blood shoots out of their eyes and their mouth.
Yeah. Definitely one of the like I watch anime at work. It's one of the few like I try to keep a very straight face. It's one of the few times where I'm like,
Yeah.
holy crap.
Yeah, and then basically, all right, the jar guy, he's really hard to hit. He's kind of like running around.
Yeah.
And he like puts the main Hashira, the missed one, Mushiro. I don't know if I got the name
I
right.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puts him in a big old water bubble.
Yep. And then in the
Yep.
meantime, he notices to the side the legendary sword from earlier is being worked on by the swordsmither guy.
Yep.
And he's going sicko mode on the sword. He's like,
He cannot stop his concentration.
Yeah.
Which pisses my boy off.
yeah. So then he's like, so then the demon starts going for that guy, and basically, Ushiro's flashback shows up.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, that's the no. We're talking about the pissed off
Hashira.
guy.
I'm talking about the Hashira, the missed one, the Ushiro.
Gotcha.
Or whatever
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not
Okay.
the pissed off guy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
You said for sure. I feel like yeah.
No. You're talking about the Hashira guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know
okay.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking which backstory was shown off first. Should we talk about the vase guy's backstory?
Let's talk about the vase guy when they kill him, because that's when the flashback.
Oh,
happens.
that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot which one was first.
You're good.
Okay, so yeah, Miss Guy's backstory, dude.
Yeah.
The best backstory,
Oh,
in my
okay.
opinion. I thought
Yeah.
his was the
That
absolute
pretty
best.
good.
Dude, intense, my guy. Like, bro, the part where his, I love how they played it off like you don't realize that he has a brother at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh yeah, that's right, I have a twin. Because
Yeah.
then immediately it puts like another layer on like how you feel about him.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, like this guy's like forgotten all of his family because he's repressed all these emotions. But yeah, he goes through a whole bunch of hardship. You can jump in with any details, but I thought the biggest part that got to me was when they were both like got the shit beaten out of him when he like barely killed that demon that like intruded into their house when he was a kid basically. But he was like still holding his brother's hand. And then he starts like rotting, and it shows all these maggots like going into his brother. I'm like, holy crap,
Yeah.
freaking intense, dude. But
Yeah. I'll be right. For some reason, I don't remember the flashback that well.
No?
Yeah. I don't know if I was like too boofed or something, but yeah. I
yeah.
remember it.
We might have been watching that really late at your house.
I was confused as frick, right? I was like, what? Is there a twin?
Yeah.
I was confused, yeah. I don't know.
Well, I definitely think it's the sort of couple episodes where it's like you got to be really paying attention for it.
Yeah.
I think I was barely awake enough to be like, oh, a twin. Okay.
Yeah. I was confused.
I can see why you would be confused.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. But Mason, you like his flashback?
Yeah, I thought his flashback was good.
Hell yeah.
I liked how they made the reference that he's like a descendant of frick, what was it? The sun wielder, breather, whatever.
What's the name again?
I forget what it's called.
The fire breathing or whatever?
Yeah.
Fire breathing technique. But who's the guy specifically though?
It's like the OG or whatever. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I like how they made that inference and like how he like went God mode. His scar showed up.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then he like beat the shit out of the demon.
Yeah, dude. And the mist breathing technique, it was sick because the demon's like, oh, he's fast, and then he's like packing up his sword. He's like, what? You're not battling me? He's like, I already killed you, bitch.
Yeah.
It was hype.
Yeah, when his head's like falling, and he's like, at last, his guard's down.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
And then we get the flashback for the art demon, and
Yep.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot about it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really remember that one.
Yeah,
too well.
honestly,
I failed artist though, I think.
Yeah, he was like a failed artist. I remember some dude yelling at him, and he was like,
yeah, he was pretty despicable, so I wasn't really like,
what I can appreciate is that they're like, okay, not every single demon you're gonna feel bad for. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm glad not every single one of them is a freaking sob story.
Yeah.
The ones that have been have been good stories, but I'm glad that they're taking that multiple routes with it. But either way, it was still a very lackluster, forgettable story. So nothing really impressive. But I guess after that, my boy gets knocked out cold because he's exhausted from the fight.
Oh, yep.
So
and then we go to the other demon.
Yep.
The fear one or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this one is super cool.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Yeah. Its abilities were confusing to me at first.
Oh, okay.
But I really liked it after I understood what it was. Because I felt like it was changing on the fly.
I thought it was cool because this fight really made us see Tanjiro's perspective when fighting the demon.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool to piece together abilities with Tanjiro, where he's like, like specifically a bird one takes him and flies away. And Tanjiro's like, all right, if I cut him in half, there's another one.
True.
Like, cut their tongue. He can't really attack. He has to regenerate.
Yeah,
and,
And then noticing like, oh, he's regenerating slower, or oh, this one's weaker.
Yep.
Yeah, because like the part where he gets like full frontal blasted and friggin' messes him up. But then the second time he's cut in half, so it's like, oh, that was nothing.
Yeah.
What the frig?
And it's cool. Like the demon can split up basically, and then each one has a weapon. And figuring out what the weapons do is cool.
Yeah.
And how they like implement the weapons, it's cool. And like. Right away, Tanjiro and what's his sister's name? I forgot. Nezuko. They're like right away, they're like pretty damaged on the floor.
Yeah.
And then Genya shows up, right?
Yep.
And he's doing like this like crazy like he doesn't give a frick for any damage. He just takes on bullets, not bullets, slashes.
Oh yeah, the part where he gets like stabbed or whatever, and then he's like, just like pulls it in.
Yeah.
Like, hey yo, okay.
Yep. And then Nezuko and Tanjiro like escape, and Tanjiro's like chasing a certain scent of the fear demon. This part I love. This is my favorite part of the whole season.
Oh dude, same.
It's like when Tanjiro. Then the explosion happens. The four demons are looking for Tanjiro and Nezuko.
Yep.
And Tanjiro makes Nezuko light his sword, and he cuts all four of their heads off.
Dude, super cool.
The animation was sick, bro.
Yeah, because she won't like let go of the sword, and she's like starts gripping into her hands start bleeding.
He's like, let go. And
like,
she's just like
stop
gripping it harder.
Bitch, let go. She's like, okay.
Jeez,
then after that, is that the part where they combine to create like the ultimate one or whatever?
No, then it's the tiny one's over there.
Yeah, that's right.
Then he's like, he's going so fast.
Oh God.
Yeah.
He's falling, like actually.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like makes us think, oh, they're gonna win. Then it's revealed there's like a fifth one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the fifth one ended up just being the one combined them all together.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah,
And it was kind of cool. Like, the demons were, like, kind of scared to form that one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because it was the fear guy. He was, like, eating up the other three or whatever. It wasn't eating. He was, like, absorbing them, and they were like, no, please.
Dude, yeah. That
Like,
was
yo.
crazy. I did like how, like, the angry one, Wrath or whatever.
Yeah.
He was, like, the brains, kind of. The one with the staff. With the
Yeah,
lightning.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool dynamic there.
Yeah, super cool. I love that. So they fight for a little bit, and they kind of get the shit kicked out of them after a little bit of fighting. Then we have Mitsuru show up.
Yep.
Then she slices and Mitsuri.
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 I think that's
I
it.
just go by the
Mitsuri.
last name, Kanroji.
Kenroji. Kenroji.
Yeah.
So Kenroji shows up.
Words, I'm enjoying
This is the one opportunity.
yeah.
So Kenroji shows up, and she's slicing and dicing. And I think right then and there we actually get her backstory.
Yeah, and her dance technique is cool. It's like a ribbon.
Dude, yeah. It's like a ballerina sort of thing.
Yeah.
Super cool. And bro, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The thighs, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Good.
Yeah.
Damn. Holy.
The ending credits is literally just like her.
Yeah, dude, seriously. But then it goes on to her flashback, and it basically, I think this was probably my second least favorite one.
Yeah.
Just because it's kind of pointless. It was kind of disappointing because it shows a character that I was very interested in. It just, I don't know. Just compared to the other backstories, it didn't give us as much depth as you'd mentioned before. It doesn't really connect to why she's where she's at.
Yeah, she's strong as frick.
Right. Like, how do we jump from my family doesn't accept me to now I'm battling this mega demon as a Hashira? We skip a few chapters, so. Yeah, but what did you guys think about her backstory?
Yeah, I also thought the same thing. I thought the weakest part of the whole season was the flashback. Some flashbacks didn't hit. That's my opinion.
100%.
Yeah.
It was kind of, like I said, earlier, it was kind of just, because she went from, I'm going to marry this guy, but I have to change my entire personality. The Demon Slayer.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, more. Yeah, and also for me, I was like, if dad's like, no one will love you. You have pink hair. I'm like, what?
Oh no, they were accepting of her.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I thought like
it was the
forced
soon-to-be
her-
husband.
Yeah.
They didn't accept the pink
See, I guess
hair.
I was asleep there too. I guess.
But yeah, so then we have that little flashback, and then we're coming close to the end. Actually, then we have the big final fight where they're chasing down the final little guy, and the sun's coming up and all that. So
well, yeah, they even debate. Okay,
they
it's
do
kinda
debate.
Cool. It's cool because they get the little guy, he grows, and then they're like, "We did it," and then it's like, "Wait, his tongue sound was different. His kanji was different."
Yeah.
Fear, that wasn't fear. That was like
Yeah, it was like a split off one.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
What was it? It was like,
Like
don't bolt. Like, anyway, the demon said, don't pick on someone your own size, basically. And Tanjiro was like, I hate that you said that. He's like,
first off, screw you, dude.
yeah. Because demons have such an advantage, over humans or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hype.
And then ended up having the smaller one inside the heart of the bigger one.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
So like they cut it, and then they still had to freaking chase it
Dude,
down.
Yeah. Oh, but dude, the most tense part though, when because the sun's coming up and Nezuko's like starting to fry.
Yeah.
And then he's like, frick, what do I do? And then Nezuko like kicks, does a bit of a double jump, if you will, and lets slaps him over to him. And
did he have the head cut off of the demon at that point? Or
Yeah.
It was kind of because he thought that it was done, and then he was like, yes, and then Nezuko started burning up, and then as he was holding her, he looks back, and then the headless version is like running along. And then we have the very final slash. Very cool, super cool. Go for it.
Did we not talk about the fact that he used Zenny to move the Thunderclap Flash?
Oh,
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Dude.
He used it. He did like his own take on it, so it was like fire version of it.
Oh, was it with the feet when he?
Yeah.
Oh,
When he
okay.
was like concentrating and then flashback to him.
Okay,
Dude, that's insane. Dude, I got to rewatch that now.
so
I didn't even
he
notice
did
that.
I think 2 or 3 times.
Dang.
Wow, how did I not know? Holy crap.
Yeah, he did do that
That's
2 or 3 times,
awesome.
I remember.
Yeah, 'cause he did-
Yeah, no, I remember the
I'm
move.
pretty sure
Yeah.
that was the one that did the sliced off
Dang.
4 of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
Okay.
And then
dang.
he did it later on to that one that was like running after those guys.
Yep.
He ended up doing it again there.
Oh yeah, I remember that when like Nezuko and whatever the guy's name is was ahead of him, and he's like, he like goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
hard.
Dang, fake
Yeah.
fans, I
I'm a
guess.
fake fan. Well, Tsunetsu, I don't know.
I mean, he's a little bitch. I don't.
And the fact that he wasn't even in the
Yeah,
season,
he's not
really.
even. Yeah.
Oh, right. I was surprised that they weren't in this season. I thought it was going to be a trio for life thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that they're
They'll probably
experimenting
show
with
up
that.
again.
I'm sure they'll
Yeah.
show up in the
Yeah.
training arc or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, so getting to the end, big reveal here. Big
Yep.
reveal. What did you guys think of the big reveal that Nezuko has essentially the blood to survive in sunlight?
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
That was
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
And then she also talked a little bit.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah, she
crazy.
can talk.
She only said like one word though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
that's weird.
she's reduced to an infant state, I think it was.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
She became
I
a
did.
demon.
I missed that.
What was the word she said? Like gladly or something like that.
Oh,
Sort
Thank
of a-
goodness.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness. Thank goodness.
What's
Yeah.
that? Wagata or what is that in Japanese? Thank goodness, Japanese.
Wagata?
Mason. You're right.
Man,
Hold
Mason,
on,
you're
hold on. I was literally saying it in my head.
you're
when I was
1%
saying-
Japanese.
I
Tell
messed
us
up.
now.
Yeah, Yogata.
Yogata. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yogata. Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah. So and then she talks. I was confused. Like, is she? So it was explained she has an infant brain.
Yeah.
basically.
Remember
Yeah.
they went to that one hospital demon chick.
Yep.
Oh,
And then she like wrote it on a letter, sent it with the cat to them.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
I don't remember that bit. Yeah. Good to know. Yep.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then the final part is my boy Muzan.
Yep.
He finds out just because he's got that link going on.
Mm-hmm.
So then
So
we get
demons come from him or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he slices and dices two of the people that he's in the house of.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Yep,
there's a
yep.
backstory actually for Muzan and how he got his
That's
powers.
right.
It was so sick,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
I think that was the best backstory.
Yeah,
for
dude.
sure.
Yeah, I'm hyped
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Killed the doctor when he was making.
Dude, oh.
friggin-
And then he was like, "Oh,
Literally making
he."
the cure for it.
yeah. He was like, "Oh, I guess he had a point." Oh man. But yeah, no, that's about it story wise. There's a lot of goated parts, but there's also a decent amount of iffy or forgettable parts. But
Yeah.
before we go on to that, in terms of world building, any sort of extra notes for you guys? Are you excited to see?
Yeah.
I guess my main thing is I wasn't a huge fan of some of the world building here. Only because I thought that the Swordsmith Village specifically is sort of a boring area.
Oh, okay.
I like parts of it, but I just think in general with like not necessarily just like the color palette, but overall I just didn't find it as interesting as any of the other areas that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the area that we're in for this arc?
I did like how it was like a secret area, and we learned more about we learned like, every sword needs a swordsmith, so each Hashira has like their own guy work with them.
Yeah.
That's cool. And learning the culture's cool, but I agree where like I wasn't a huge fan of like when he's just chilling in the town. I wasn't too engaged.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it felt like something that was going to last for like a couple episodes, but it's like, oh no, this is where it's all going down. Okay.
Yeah. But also the world building, like I said earlier, the upper rank demons showing up.
Dude,
So good, dude.
that is the god tier
Yeah,
part for
it's god
sure.
tier, yeah.
So yeah. My only complaint is just the village.
Yeah.
Aside from that, all the world building is beautiful.
Because they do fight like in a forest,
Right, just kind of like basic settings, nothing too big.
Yep.
How about you, Mason? What do you think about?
It was kind of bland. Like I liked when they kind of moved to the forest. It was a little better, but
Yeah.
it definitely could have used something don't know quite
Just
what.
some sort of a secret ingredient.
Yeah, a giant sword in the middle of the town. Yeah, we worship this sword every day.
This is a cool sword. I like this one. Let's see. Aside from that, we already talked about the CGI elephant in the room. Other than that, music. What do we think about music?
Oh yeah, it was
music
good.
was good.
Yeah.
I
Music,
did like,
yeah.
They had like a couple of them like chanty kind of songs in there.
Yeah.
Kind of like those hype ones.
Dude, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I agree. The music slapped. How do we think about the opening, guys?
Not as again. I hate to beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
I hate to beat a dead horse. Not as good as Entertainment District.
Yeah, that one slapped.
This one's okay. I think it's okay.
It was all right.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it on my Spotify.
Opening, so
Oh, okay.
I'm interested what you have to say.
It was the same people that had the anime openings for Golden Kamuy.
Oh my gosh! Wait, that's kind of slaps. That's good.
I changed my mind.
No, it is. It goes like a little too heavy or like. Rock
Yeah,
and roll,
yeah,
like,
it's a little bit too
Yeah,
rock and roll. I think it's
I liked their kind of trend where they had that Lisa, I think her name was,
Oh,
that artist. She
yeah.
was doing the Demon Slayer.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
And then they switched to this one. I don't know. These guys are good, but I would have preferred to hear someone else with Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think of the Entertainment District main song? I love that one.
Oh, that one.
I got that on my Spotify, dude. You already know.
Hell, you already know.
But aside from that, now going on to final thoughts. So for both of you guys, what was your absolute favorite part about this arc and your least favorite, biggest disappointment about the arc?
I really like the fact that you find out Nezuko's not the only human demon, because Genya can turn into a demon.
Yep.
I did like that. The Nezuko overcoming the sunlight, obviously, God tier.
Yep.
Yeah, reveals God tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tanjiro being able to use like other people's
styles.
Dude.
Yeah, that's
now
cool.
He's got sun breathing, lightning.
Oh, I didn't think about
water.
that.
Yep.
Like Avatar.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, my favorite part was when he cut the 4 demons' heads off, or like that part and before when he's learning their abilities. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
And my least favorite was probably, honestly, Mitsuri. Mitsuri's, I liked her bubbly personality, and when she would sometimes like go, like oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I mean the tub scene.
Yo.
Oh.
But other than that, like after a while, I wanted to see more of her, and then I just felt like I was seeing the same thing.
Yeah, like kind of her only purpose.
Cool,
but her only purpose was at the end of the day, kind of just to distract them. While the others like did the actual job.
Yeah, she's a Hashira, and she has to have like a big plan.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
like
you can take care of that, distract them.
Right, exactly.
And she was like eating actually. Like, she's like, I'm dead.
Yeah, she was about to just like, all right, that's it. All right.
Yeah. What were you, Grant?
My favorite parts, honestly, I really loved all the different like tension. It sounds really weird, but like the part where the base guy was like, "Look at my my trophy here," and then it's all the dead bodies like sticking out of it. Kind of weird. That's one of my favorite parts.
Oh yeah,
just because that was one of the few moments where I was like, "Holy!"
That's a really random, but dude, Mason showing Grant the dog scene from Full Metal. I was kidding.
Dude, I'll watch it, dude. Now, least favorite parts of the entire arc.
I already said so.
Ooh, least favorite, I would say CGI fish for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just too rough. Just
Yeah.
kind of out there.
I think that's fair.
Yep. It was
Yeah.
rough.
I would say that probably is my biggest.
Okay. I'm gonna say backstories, excluding Muzan's.
Yeah.
That one, got to. But yeah. So, aside from that, I mean, I guess what could make it better? Is there anything that you'd slap in to make? I would just maybe change the setting, throw it somewhere else. But
honestly,
that's about it. It's very minimal. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if you change stuff, then it will change the whole vibe. Maybe.
True. Then it's not that arc anymore.
Demon Slayer is so good that like it's kind of like
Yeah.
You don't need to change much.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
So guys, our final score. What is our ultimate for real ratings?
I'll do 4 out of 5. We already said this for. Yeah, we already said this. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, well, beginning and after talking about it, you never know, it might change. We did.
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
Yep. Okay, Mason. All right, guys. Kimetsu no Yaiba, but Swordsmith Village gets a definitive 4 out of 5 on the for real rating.